It's hard to care. That's my thoughts. It's hard to care. I don't care. I just don't care. I think I think they can wrestle. I think. Are we really calling AJ Styles an actor? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we calling Cody an actor? I don't know. If you want to take offense to that, then I think you could, but I don't care enough to take offense to it, to be honest. And honestly, I think he might be like genuine with what he's saying. I mean, you can definitely look at people like Aaliyah, and you could definitely look at people like Dana Brooke, and you know, I think what he's saying in a way is that this is sports entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Like, the match quality doesn't matter. But it's like trying to tell stories and trying to put on engaging shows. That's what matters to WWE. Which, you know, is a fair point. It is a fair point. But I think once we get to, like, pay-per-views in particular, I think they do try to give you some good matches as well. Maybe not every match, but, you know, they do try to give you... So I think, like, saying that these aren't wrestlers is still a disrespectful thing to say. Because they're clearly wrestlers. Kofi Kingston is a wrestler. Randy Orton is a wrestler. AJ
Good
Styles
afternoon
is a
and welcome
wrestler.
for this
Charlotte
T20
Flair is a
match
like, you can go down the list of people that are
and
wrestlers.
Mumbai.
You could take
I'm
these
Michael
talents
Slater,
and put them in New Japan.
and next to me in the
kill it.
commentary position is Mel Jones.
Well, Slats,
So, I
not
think
much
what
time
his
left to go
comments
now before this
were,
match.
he
The
was
clouds have
trying
come
to
over,
talk
and there is
about
some rain in
the
the
fact that
area.
this is
Hopefully it will
sports
pass us
entertainment
by.
and it's not
Hard to
wrestling.
say
I
what the
think he's
captains will
just
do
trying to
here.
say that,
Hyderabad
which
comes into this as
doesn't need to be
favourites.
said.
That probably
And also
just puts
saying
more
that
pressure
they're
on
just
them to
actors
win this.
is- He can say that he's not
Over
trying
now
to
to
be
the
disrespectful,
captains
but
for
it
the
does come
toss.
across as disrespectful. But I don't care enough to get offended or be interested. Think Ross Vape said Charlotte is off the market. She looked lovely. Is she married now, is she? Has she got married?
The visitors win the toss and will bowl first.
Look at Kofi. Kofi staring at this interviewer. He's like... He's trying to make a crack. She did well. She wasn't cracking. Woods in King attire. He's wearing King attire. Did you see Ospreay Riddle? It was a really good match. You can tell the difference now. Riddle wrestles outside of WWE. I know that's normal. I didn't see those two wrestle, but I have seen Riddle wrestle outside of WWE. The WWE style is a different style. As I said, they're not as focused on in-ring, but to say that...
Here we go.
Like, Riddle's
ready
a
for the
wrestler,
first ball.
So to say that they're, like, you know, people in WWE aren't wrestlers is nonsensical.
Well played.
They just work a different style. That's maybe a better way of... They're wrestlers that work a different style. That's maybe a better way of wording it. Here's Los Lotharios. Where are we? 40 minutes into the show. Los Lotharios. I thought we were getting the six-man tag match. That was meant to be next. Been lied to. Lotharios. Is it like that? Lotharios. Right, we've got this flipping kiss cam again. Is it going to be that woman? Kiss that woman with purple hair. Kiss her. Oh, they've selected this clearly planted woman in the front row. That's what we've done. Days, I tweeted you some pictures of my figures. I think it's cool,
Perfect
and I
technique
think you might
and
like
placement.
them. Okay, I will look at those after. Edward said he said he would crack their glass jaw, which is what I would have done, says Edwards. Yeah, I feel like that was a bit far. I don't have a problem with him like standing up for himself. Just because he's a former world champion doesn't mean that he should have people verbally abusing him. So I have no problem with him standing up for himself and like saying something back. The problem that he's got though is that by doing that, he's probably just encouraging other people to say something to him. I don't think it's going to help him in the long term. Because now, if you say something, shout abuse to Anthony Joshua, you might actually have him come over and have a go at you, which would be amazing to film and would get you crazy views.
And they go through for one.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's probably not helped himself there, but... Shiddle could be the new tag champs, and when Orton comes back, gets his 15th, says Larry. I feel like the New Day's teammate is going to be Wesley, says Harley. I think AJ lost the plot, says Sporting Central. No, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it because, like, if he was in a university campus and they're throwing abuse at him, I don't know exactly what was said, but in order for him to go and have a word,
and puts the
I'm guessing
pressure on
it's
the
got to
bowlers.
have been something
The left arm pace bowler.
considerable. I don't know exactly what was said, but it was clearly enough that he felt that he needed to go and have a word. You got to remember as well that Anthony Joshua's just a guy. He's a guy who, you know, has dealt in drugs.
He's coming into
a guy
the
that's grown
attack
up on the
from
streets
the north
of
end.
London. He used to do like selling drugs and be part of like a gang.
Oh, beaten in by
Has
the
been
change
to
of pace
prison,
there.
right? I mean, just because since he came out and he dedicated himself to boxing doesn't mean that it's necessarily changed his
Misread that one.
background,
Couldn't
his
get the drive
upbringing,
away.
his mindset. You know, he's still very much from the streets of, listen, if someone's going to say something to you like that, like, you stand up for yourself type thing. So, just because he's like this big sports star, I can understand if they've crossed the line and said a load of stuff to him. What all he's done is he's basically said some stuff back. I don't know how he quite got into that situation where he was in the room with them, though. I mean, I don't know how it's played out, so maybe I'm missing some key details. But to me, they've said some stuff to him. It's resulted in him saying stuff back, which, as I said, you know, he's a guy that grew up on the streets of London, who's been to prison, who's, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think with some of these boxers, a lot of these boxers, very few have had like great upbringings. A lot of them have not had privileged backgrounds. A lot of them are, you know, kids from the streets that have had to work and, you know, claw their way up the fight game. And a lot of them haven't lost that kind of background. So I think to put them on a pedestal and think that these are elite sports stars that are, you know, media trained and all this kind of stuff. These are kids off the street, man, that are fighters, that have got fighting in their blood. If they're going to have, like, verbal abuse, it's like, it's the same with Tyson on that plane. You know, there was the guy that just kept going on and wanted photos and selfies, and I don't even know what else he did, to be honest, but he ended up getting walloped, didn't he, by Tyson on that plane? It's like, people go too far sometimes. And I think, like, if they'd been respectful to him, I'm sure he would have been fine back, but I think they clearly did whatever they did to get a reaction out of him. So I didn't have a problem with it. I think some of the stuff he said probably went too far. Talking about breaking their glass jaws and everything, like, there's probably no need for that. But as I said, you know, these are people that have grown up.
And that gets to the boundary. 4 runs.
Hard times. Hard times, baby. Here's Jinder. Jinder's running around backstage looking for...
Plays and misses.
Shanky. We're doing some weird backstage stuff tonight.
That's a bad
Shanky was in his locker room, dancing around. Jinder was looking for him. Samantha Vin. I don't know if she's enjoying this.
What a brilliant shot.
She had a smile on her face, but she seemed to be tolerating it more than enjoying it. She was like, they're pests, aren't they? There's no one to root for here, is there? I think they're trying to make Shanky likeable. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to, like, make Shanky like this fun, like he likes to dance. I do like Umberto Correa going, where have they been?
Needs to be on target.
Okay, we've got
That's looking
Jinder
really
and
wide,
Shanky.
but not
I think
cold.
the dancing thing is maybe to try and get us to like Shanky, because Los Lotharios are just a bit slimy, aren't they, really? So Jinder and Shanky against Los Lotharios, two technically heel teams going up against each other. I'm going to root for the ref, says William. Lone Star Friend said, I wouldn't mind seeing Los Lotharios dance in front
The
of
batsman
me.
didn't know where that was going.
Who won out of Raquel and Ronda? It was Raquel by DQ because she got attacked. I would love it if Shayna won the belt off Ronda. There's an obvious story there, and I think Shayna deserves a solid win. Heel champions are more fun, said Darcy. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down for seeing that. Shayna's just not a great talker, and her booking has been so poor.
And that completes
She's
a
just
very
been,
good
she's
over.
just been thrown in the women's tag division, actually.
A new bowler coming into the attack.
I don't know when they're going to pull the trigger on Shayna, but you would have to think that Ronda would want to work with her.
That's out of the middle of
I
the
think
bat.
those two would have a lot of fun working with each other, so maybe that is a feud that we will get at some point. I could see heel Shayna taking on face Ronda. And as you said, you know, ready-made story. You'd have to educate everyone on what that story is, though, that don't watch UFC, but... Against the ropes goes Angel Garza. We're nearly 50 minutes into the show. Blaze Radio says, here's Shanky. Los
That's way too
Lotharios better
full.
be
Instead, racing
careful.
away to the
Samantha
boundary.
Irvin is dating Ricochet. There we go. Look, the trousers have been whipped off. Shanky is coming round. That was quite the facial expression by Samantha Irvin. Shanky just bopped him on the... No! Shanky just went boof, but literally just bopped him on the head. And whilst Shanky was doing that on the outside, I think
not able to connect there.
Umberto has managed to get the pin on Jinder. Yeah. So Jinder and Shanky not
bitten
quite
all
on the
ends
same
up by
page.
that.
And they have lost that one. Who do you think the mystery man is? Maybe R-Truth or Evan Bourne. They've both tagged with Kofi. I don't think it's going to
Williamson,
be anything
the new
that
batsman,
special. I'd be
arrives at the
surprised if it
crease.
was anyone new. I'm just expecting it to be someone off the roster like Drew. Jinder is shouting at Shanky here.
Very good over
Shanky
there.
puts his
Takes the wicket
hand
and
up.
keeps it tight.
The
what's
captain can
happening?
push this field a bit deeper now. 3 more players able to go outside the
That
circle.
might be it.
Going with
Shanky
spin
might be
now.
going off on his own now.
Nice
Shanky.
shot, that one.
Oh, Samantha Irvin's getting a lot of attention this evening, isn't she? Ah, here we go. Look, we got a little Shanky dance on the go. She's loving this. She's loving that more than the Los Lotharios dance. There we go. Look, he's doing something. He's trying to impress. Why is everyone trying to impress her?
Bold.
Just so I don't understand. Right, here we go. Here's LA Knight, who goes by a new name that I can't remember. That's Dupree.
So the new batsman is at
Isn't
the
it about
crease.
time? We can make it official. Your documents are legal and
Off the mark there. Good shot.
Max Dupree. Immediately.
Waiting.
I'm welcoming you to SmackDown.
Perfect technique. And
Okay, so
placement.
he's looking for male models. So is he going to have a faction of kind, him and his models? Dupree. Max Dupree. Here's the KO show. They're moving towards Jinder turning on Shanky, which is by far the most exciting thing in
That's
the
four.
entire
Superb shot.
history of wrestling. No one's going to disagree with you on that, my friends. No one is disagreeing with you on that. Here is Kevin Owens and the Kevin Owens show. We got Raw graphics. I would walk up and honk her boobs, says William. I don't know. Special guest member of the Bloodline, Sammy.
Chance. The
Member
bowler beating
of
them
the
all ends up
Bloodline. I'm
there.
guessing it'll be Sammy. These two had a few run-ins in the NWA years back when Adam had the title, said Blaze Radio. Stone9540 said, is that who Ricochet is dating this week? Don't worry, he'll have a new girlfriend by next week. You don't talk to Postman Pierce that way, says Rob.
Wait.
Days
His
is
last few
signing
overs
up
have
with the
changed the
Max
momentum of this innings.
Dupree.
3 quick
Yeah, I'm
wickets.
all right with it. And there was a little bit of split. Well, I would say backlash. I think it was a split. I think it was pretty unanimous when they changed Pete Dunne's name to Butch that everyone hated it. But I don't think LA Knight to Max Dupree has sparked that same disappointment or anger. I kind of feel like LA Knight was... it wasn't my favourite name anyway. Max Dupree. I like the fact that, like, there's something that you can have fun with there. I think that's good.
1 run there.
You know, they're going to, you know, get ready for a lot of people calling him Max Dupree and him correcting them. Get ready. It's. Do you remember they did it with Fandango as well? Everyone was like, Fandango, and he was like, no, it's Fandango. So they're just playing it out. It's from the same playbook. But gives him a little summer, doesn't it? Gives him a little summer. I want Shanky to bop Sami Zayn. British Soundball Prank said SmackDown are actually trying to be fun tonight. Not bad.
Wait on it.
White Lotus says, whilst playing golf today, I
Chance
hit
here.
2 good balls. I stepped on a rake.
They take the single.
James said Adam Pearce should pierce his ears and go Adam earrings. Sure.
Yeah.
I met Mama Days. I honked her boobs.
Big
She
throw
made me
there,
a
and it's
meat
on
pie.
target.
She does that. Whenever anyone honks her boobs, straight in the kitchen. Ricochet is dating Samantha Irvin. He's probably fuming right now with them flirting with his girlfriend.
That goes for 4. Good shot.
LA Knight was a dumb name. We forget that people hated it initially, says Dragon Den. Yeah, I mean, I was never crazy about it. That's why I'm all right with Max Dupree.
Well and
Actually,
truly beaten by
I
the
actually
bowler.
like Max Dupree. I'm going to go on record as saying I prefer it. Max Dupree. Because I think Max Dupree does look
That
like
was another
and
good
sound
over.
like a name I could
Frustration
see
will be
him
growing for the
being called.
batsman.
I could see he looks like a Max to me. Dupree, I think, is a perfectly fine surname. I'm actually all right with it. We're back from commercial break. Yes. We've just got an advert now for, I don't even know what this is. Stephanie McMahon? I thought she'd walked away. Thought she'd done a
Perfection.
Sasha.
What a brilliant shot.
Special Olympics, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another run added.
2022 USA Games. The Special Olympics. USA Games powerlifting team in the house. Fair play. Respect. Respect.
Overstepping
Right,
the
we've got
mark.
Kevin Owens in
No
the
ball
ring.
called.
Sponsored by Progressive. Do you think
Bowler
Sammy
know
will
that the
unify
batsman
the
will be
US
looking to
and
hit this into the
Intercontinental?
stands. How will he counter?
Don't think so. I don't think, well, I haven't heard anything that there's any plans to keep the titles unified. Everything I
Great
keep hearing
timing.
is that they're going to
Races to the
separate them
boundary.
back again, so I don't feel like this is a long-term thing that they're doing. Right, here's Kevin Owens then. Welcome. Yeah. Special SmackDown edition of the Kevin Owens Show. Smile on his face. KO Show sign in the crowds.
Well, he was smashed all over the park. A very expensive over.
He's been
It'll be
seeking
interesting
the
to see if
truth.
The captain sticks with him.
Allen, the left-arm orthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the north end.
Elias.
Yeah. No!
I'm going to make Elias regret showing his stupid beardless face here in WWE.
Well, just a lack of concentration there.
The locker room leader. The close, personal confidant of the bloodline, Sami Zayn, coming out. Here is Sami Zayn with his bloodline shirt on. Self-proclaimed master strategist, former
super fielding
two-time
there.
Intercontinental
Run saved
champion.
for
I didn't
sure.
even get a chance to
One run
read the
there.
final thing on his sidebar. Sammy making his way down to the ring. Ron says... Oh, it's gone. It's gone. The problem with these name changes is they devalue NXT. Like, why should we care about NXT
Oh,
when
great
everyone that
shot.
gets called up, none of their NXT accomplishments matter? Well, I think you just have to view NXT
The
as what
left-arm
it is,
medium
which is
bowler is
developmental.
coming
It
into
just
the attack
exists in
from the
its own
south
world.
end.
NXT is, you know, you enjoy it for what it is. If you think it's going to have any bearing on the main roster, then... I mean, in all fairness, what they used to do in OVW didn't have any bearing on the main roster. And what they did in FCW also didn't have a bearing on the main roster. I mean, if you think about, like, what Roman was like, what Rusev was like...
Yep.
They'll take a single.
Elias and Ezekiel, clearly the same person. Look, Kevin Owens just embraces Sammy. That's all he's wanted. He's just wanted someone.
On the drive, but can't connect.
I'm not
Really
crying.
misjudged that.
It's so good to hear someone say that.
Yep. No!
I knew you would have my back. So, yeah, I think you just have to see it that it exists in its own world.
Another dot ball, keeping it
I
quiet.
need you to drop everything and come to Raw. I need you to drop everything you're doing and come to Raw. Can't do it. Can't do it.
A
Look,
very good over comes to an end.
No, it's not a good time. It's not a good time. He'd love to help him, but it's just not a good time. Yeah. The bloodline need him.
Yep. To the ball.
Nice save there.
It's not a good time. Oos. Oos. He said oos. Did you? Did you just call me oos?
Yeah, yeah.
That's 4. Cracking shot.
Yeah. Easily done. Easily done. He's so used to calling everyone oos now.
Yeah.
These two would be good Raw tag champs. Kevin and Sammy are great. They are great. They are great.
Yep.
No. Kevin Owens is like, no, you're not even an associate. Yep. It makes you look and sound like a moron. You come out here, you praise the bloodline, you're wearing their shirt. Real friend. You know what I was saying before? I was just being nice. Elias and Ezekiel are clearly just two different people. Sammy backtracking
That
now.
ends a tidy over. This bowler knows how to give the ball an almighty tweak. Let's see how they go.
You're a moron.
Yep.
And you're not in the
Shot.
bloodline. You're a liar. You're a moron. Wow. Well, we got to liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yep.
There's a woman in the background. There was a woman in the crowd that just went. We did get to liar, liar, pants on fire. Which isn't the kind of thing you necessarily expect in a wrestling ring.
Another run added to the score.
Kevin Owens says, okay, let's bring him out then. The bloodline. The bloodline! And obviously the bloodline aren't coming out. They don't even know that Sam is on the KO show.
Yep.
Oh, picks that one up nicely. Good shot.
Do you know why they're not coming out? The bloodline couldn't care less about you.
Yep. Keep
No
up.
getting past that
Whatever.
fielder.
You
Gave a
don't know what
few
you're
too
talking
many
about.
away in that over.
Sammy leaving the ring. Kevin Owens chasing after him. Just come to Raw. Oh, Sammy pushes Kevin Owens.
Good batting between these two.
I've got a locker room
Partnership
to
moves
run,
to
says
50.
Sammy. And there we go. These two are great. Poor Sammy don't care about you, bloodline.
Yeah.
He's in denial. They're taking down the KO show. He's going to take his frustration out on this guy. Stunner. There was a guy that was taking one of the signs that the other guy should get out the ring. Get out the ring. Don't stand there. Get out the ring. Owens is like, I'm sorry. Right, and Stunner to him as well. Boom.
Good bowling here. The Dots are putting the
So
pressure
the
right
two
on.
guys in the ring that were in there to start packing away the KO show stuff just got stunned.
Yeah.
And they probably deserved it. Anthony,
They take
shout
the
out to
single.
you. Is Roman Reigns on SmackDown? Hasn't been announced. hasn't been announced, so we'll have to see if he interferes in that tag match later. But we haven't seen him. We're
Good bowling
we're
in
past
that
half
over.
time scores. We're 7 minutes into the second hour. We've got just over 50 minutes to go. AJ was on a tag and he has ADHD. That was entertaining, says Dragon's Den. What's
Nice
your
fielding
favourite
there.
edge type? I
Good
asked
return.
that the other day. I asked that. I've covered that one. I say it was really difficult because I don't think there's been like great edge attires. I think his attire's pretty yeah, to be honest.
Gone. Great catch.
Are they building sympathy for Sammy so they can turn him face? I hope so. To be honest, that segment felt like it was filler. I mean, it was fun. The Liar Liar Pants on Fire line I definitely
The
didn't
new
need.
batsman
But
will be down at the
the
non-strikers
segment
end.
itself was very entertaining. Those two are so good, so believable. The delivery is great.
Yeah.
It's really enjoyable stuff. But it didn't really achieve
And that's a
anything.
single.
Apart from, as you say,
Sharma,
you
the new
know, are
batsman,
we just
arrives
trying
at the
to
crease.
build up some sympathy? Are we just trying to build some sympathy and could we be staring down the barrel of a Sami Zayn turn? Which I am so on board with.
First ball and he's
I
off
would
the mark.
love that. So I hope that is what we're doing. Right. One and only.
Yeah.
Here is Mr. Samantha Irvin. Ricochet making his way down. Not alone. Who's he with? Drew Gulak.
Can't make it back
Right,
against
Ricochet
some great work
and
in
Drew
the
Gulak.
field.
Are they going to be
That's
taking
out.
on Gunther? Is it Gunther time?
Yeah. Keeper!
And the end of
Okay.
a tidy over.
Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. The Hinghennerer! The Hinghennerer!
Yep.
Gunther, the Hinghennerer!
One more to the score.
Ludwig. Love these two. It's the highlight of my week, this is. Highlight of my week. The Hinghennerer! Love it.
Another run
Since
added.
Sammy was in the rat trap, literally, he's made his character more believable. Aaron, hello. I hope you well, bud. Said, I'm nervous for Liverpool. I would recommend Football Days. He's awesome. That's very kind, dude. I am right behind Liverpool tomorrow. I'm hoping they do it. Everyone knows my feelings on English teams being in the final of the European Cup. I don't care. Obviously, I'd like it to be Man United, but it's not. So I support the English teams. I support the English players. I'm rooting for them. I hope they can get the job done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Hopefully Liverpool get the win.
One run added.
One more time, the Hinghennerer! Yes. We'll get to hear it soon.
Yep.
It's Ring General. Greetings from Germany. Mick, shout out to you. We know it's Ring General. But the way that it's pronounced... even the way that it's pronounced, like, you don't even need to say the words correctly, as long as
bowler
we've said
beating
before,
them
as long
all
as
ends
you
up
can just
there.
get the noises. You can still kind of figure out what it is. But they are playing that.
Yeah.
No way is he pronouncing Ring General. It couldn't be
just a lack of
further away from
concentration
Ring General if it tried. It's Hinghennerer! I love it. I love it. If Liverpool wins tomorrow, I think Mane is going to get the Ballon d'Or, says Royce Wrestling. Nothing worse than it being 9 p.m. and you forget something massively important. That does suck. Certainly if you know you're going to get in trouble for it the next day, that does suck.
And
I've done that. When I used to work in retail, one of the last things you had to do was turn the tills off. So like at the end of the day, you turn the tills off, and by turning the tills, not like power them off, but like
and a single taken.
Go to a computer and shut the system down. And you do that then sends the database. Once the tills are off, the data can be sent. If you don't shut the tills down, the data isn't
Another
sent.
really good over there.
And if the data isn't sent, it's a massive problem because all your sales, what you've sold, none of that gets sent. And I've had it before where I've been at home and I've woken up and gone, I haven't shut the tills down. And that is horrible.
Off the bat and over the road.
Know that you're getting a phone call the next day. What the hell happened? Sucks. Oh, I know that feeling. I've got it now. I don't want it. I don't want that feeling, but you've given me that feeling.
He misread that and could easily have found the edge.
Who do you think will partner? I think it'll be Tyler Breeze, says Reese Wrestling. I'm going to go Drew.
That's what the crowd have come to see. Nicely played.
Go Drew, 'cause we haven't seen him on the show. Crown Jewel, November. But we've got the Hindenera! Here we go. Ludwig will do the intro, won't he?
Great shot.
Come on, Ludwig.
4 runs.
God, I love him. I flipping love Gunther. He might be my favourite, you know. I think he is my favourite because if he was to take on Roman, I'd want
right
Gunther
out of the
to
middle
win.
of the bat.
If it's Gunther versus Roman, I want Gunther. So I think he is my favourite. To him, the mat is sacred.
Yep.
That was quite a good over there.
Big E shouldn't return until next year. That sucks. I hated working retail. Never doing that again, says Heather. Mouldy said, let me know when the next Wep Idol is. I found out today I can stick a golf ball through a garden hose. Don't ask me how, but it's a pretty cool talent. That sounds amazing. It does sound very impressive. Gentleman.
Yep.
Only one. Respect. Yeah. Say it.
Gotcha!
Can't hit it more sweetly than that.
I love everything about it. Everything about. I wouldn't change a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I love it all. They've even put Ring General, General on the Titantron. I still think his music is nowhere near as good as what it was.
Yes.
Ludwig Kaiser making his way down the Ring General is making his way to the ring.
Two-handed.
Yeah, good. Love it. Shaquem says, love it. I love it. It's a highlight of the week for me.
Yep.
Look at these people not paying the proper respect.
This could be out. The fielder throws the opportunity
Tell you what, that
away.
as an action
Went to
figure's
the
gonna be
wrong end.
amazing. Look
The
at that
batsmen were
jacket.
playing all their shots that over. Very
You
expensive.
got to know they're working. They're working on one of them right now at Mattel, surely. Ludwig Kaiser will be good as a figure with that little
all
jacket
ends up
as
by
well.
that.
I hope the Gunther figure that they make, like Mattel make, because they're going, I hope it's not one of those big plastic coats. I hope if they're going to give him that big red jacket, they give him a imagine if they made a jacket that was like
super shot.
out of like thicker fabric. That would be so cool. They could really make a great looking good figure. The presentation is slight change to Ludwig. It's now Ludwig. Apparently Vince loves the name. There was a guy back in the day that was supposed to break
Kuma is the new batsman.
Tatanka's
It is now out in the middle.
Oh, Ludwig Borger. Gulat thrown outside the ring. I think they're still calling him Ludwig Kleiser though.
They take the
that was
single.
on the graphic. We go to commercial break. Is it true they've changed his name from Ludwig to Ludwig? I don't know. Is it not just the same thing?
And they go through for one.
It's never been Ludwig, has it? I've always called him I've always thought the W was a V anyway. Ludwig. Just saw
what
a
a good
video.
shot.
Jade is being trained by Dragon and Regal, says Fate Westphal. Imagine if you're offending Germans watching
Pretty
by
good
saying
innings for the batsmen here.
Henera!
Playing well, but they could have done with a
Maybe
few
that's
more
how
runs
it's pronounced
just
in
to
Germany,
give their bowlers a
but
bit
it
of
is funny.
headroom.
Well, it's just how he pronounces it. I'm only saying it how he pronounces it.
A decent
Think
total to
anyone's gonna
chase
get
down for the
offended by that.
batsmen, but it won't be easy.
Evan
If
says,
they bat
as a
smart
United
and
fan,
not
you
give
surely
away
want
cheap
Madrid to
wickets.
win?
No.
Nope. I do not subscribe to this
be
idea
right in this.
that Liverpool... I understand Liverpool are like one of United's closest rivals, but I think that Real Madrid
Swing and
are
a
also
miss.
a rival of Manchester United, so do I want the European trophy to go to Spain? I don't. Do I want to see English players losing the final? I don't. I would much rather see them winning, because obviously that's going to be better for them, better for their development. You know, I'd like to see
Doesn't play
Trent
that
doing
one well.
I'd like to see Henderson doing well. You know, maybe Curtis Jones coming on doing well. I don't know if he'll play. Probably won't, but I don't even know if Henderson will get into the team. There is a bit of a lack of English players in that Liverpool team, actually, when you actually break it down. But I'd much rather see some English players doing well. I'd like to see that European trophy coming back to the UK.
And they get a single there.
I think that, for me, Real Madrid are a rival of Man United. Liverpool are a rival of Man United. It's either Madrid get their 14th European trophy or Liverpool get their 7th. I'd rather see Liverpool bring that trophy back to England. I've said before, like, you can see like the stats of how many times Spanish teams have won it, how many times
Bit of frustration
English
showing
teams
there
have
with
won
that
it, how many
appeal.
times Italian teams have won it. And I
Can't
went
make it
when I
back
was
against
growing up
some
a
great work
long
in the
time
field.
without seeing an
That's
English
out.
team win the European trophy. I feel like it was like the mid-80s all the way through to the late 90s. No English
The
team
right
won
arm
the
pace
European
bowler
Cup.
is
So I think that really shaped my my outlook on it. I went through a long period of time watching watching Europe dominate English teams in Europe, and it sucked, to be honest. It really sucked. Like, but now the Premier League is such a popular product. They say the Premier League is like the best league in the world, and the reason why they say that is because of how great our teams do in Europe. If our teams weren't doing that great in Europe, the Premier League would not be regarded as the best league in the world. So by the English teams doing well, that helps the Premier League maintain its position as, you know, the best league in the world. And whilst it's the best league in the world, that's got to be of benefit to all of the English teams as well. So there's loads of reasons as to why it makes more sense for me to support Liverpool more than Real Madrid in the final. The reason against is because Man United fans see Liverpool as maybe their biggest rivals. their arch nemesis. And I do understand that. I do understand that, you know. But all I would say is if it was Liverpool against, say, Man City,
into the attack
or Liverpool
from the
against
north
Chelsea,
end.
or Liverpool against Tottenham, then I would pick the other team. I'd want it to be Tottenham. I'd want it to be Chelsea. Or would I want it to be Man City? I don't know.
Four with the first
be a
ball of
tricky
his
one.
innings. Terrific start.
I'd pick Arsenal over Liverpool. So, yeah, in that case, it kicks in, but I ain't going to cheer for a Spanish
Misread that
team.
one.
So not
Couldn't get
Real
the drive
Madrid as
away.
well. Most successful team of all time. Ain't cheering for them.
Yeah, yeah. Ballers in.
Do the general one more time.
They take a single.
General. Marty said, I think it's because how you brought up with football. The parents weren't into football. It's probably why you don't see Liverpool like most do. Maybe. I mean, my parents weren't into football. My family weren't into football. The other thing as well is that I'm not a victim of, like, the banter either. I mean, I understand that if Liverpool win, you know, United fans...
This should be
I think
close.
gets the pin there. United fans will
That
probably
ends
get
a
bantered.
tidy over.
But, I mean, I don't pay that any attention. I don't surround myself with people that do that.
Missed
So
time
that
that
doesn't.
one.
That's not a barrier for me. It's not a problem for me.
Yep.
If that banter didn't exist, I think more United fans would want to see English teams doing well.
Baller, baller.
But I
4
think the
runs
truth
there,
is, there's probably a lot of
super
United
shot.
fans that work with Liverpool fans, and they don't want to have to go to work and deal with that banter. I think that's the biggest obstacle. That's not an obstacle for me. That's not a problem for me. So, yeah, you're probably
There you
right.
go.
Perfect technique and placement.
Good win for Gunther and Ludwig. Pretty paint by numbers. We're now backstage with Usos and Sami Zayn. We are approaching the final half an hour.
Right there.
What do you think of me? What am I to you? So he's managed to get the Usos.
Gave a few too many away in that over.
What if I join the bloodline?
Wait.
What if I was an honorary member? An honorary
Yeah, yeah.
Us.
Catch.
Oh, great shot.
You need anything?
Oh, well bowled.
Okay, so the Usos sort of went like, yeah, you could be an honorary member, but it was very dismissive.
That's hit the pad.
It's-
Huge appeal.
They've done enough to, you know, dangle that carrot. They've done
Not sure
enough
how the batsman
to
survived that. They've only got one use of review,
make him
so
think
they must
that he's
be
part
confident.
of the Usos, but they're still not, you know, I mean, giving him a full-throated endorsement. Right, the Brawling Brutes is what they're going by. The Brawling Brutes.
The impact
I wish our
is
American football
outside
thing had the
line.
relegation
umpire
thing
had it right.
that
The
football
decision
does.
remains not out.
Yeah, your teams won't allow it, will they? Because they don't want to miss out on.
Unsuccessful with that. Their final review.
They don't want to miss out on the money.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you do,
super
in all
shot
fairness. I mean, if you get relegated, it's a big financial knock. Big. So, you know, if we didn't already have it, then you wouldn't be able to
Yep.
do it now. If it didn't already exist, teams wouldn't allow it to happen.
End
now.
of the over.
I mean, it's a hard thing to introduce because if you get relegated, you're going to miss out on a lot of money. Because, you know, no people do watch the league below the Championship, but, God, nowhere near compared to how many watch the Premier League. Nowhere near.
The left-arm pace bowler
get
is
relegated,
coming
it
into
is a
the
bit of a
attack
disaster.
from the south end.
But, yeah, it's good. It is good.
Waiting.
Huff Sports Media says, I hope they put the IC title on Gunther and give him a record-breaking reign, which leads to him hopefully winning the Universal title.
Whack! No need to
Do
run.
you
That's
think
4.
William Regal will fight in AEW? I would love to see a match. I don't think so. I'd like to see it. But I think he's had really bad health, hasn't he? Really, really bad health. Moldy said, my dad brought me up to hate Liverpool and love United, and local Liverpool fans won't leave us alone the more success they get, and it's annoying.
Yep.
I can totally understand it. I can totally understand it. I totally understand the banter thing and not wanting to see Liverpool succeed because it's just another thing that's going to be thrown at you. Which,
Wait.
football is very tribal, and that's never going to go out of football, is it? That kind of banter's never going to go out of football. I do think it's a bit of a shame, though, that in those circumstances,
5 runs
it is
added
a
in
bit
the
of a
over.
shame. Like, it does sort of feel like the England and Wales and, you know, should be behind
The left-arm
Liverpool
pace bowler is
because
coming on
they're
to
sort
bowl
of
from the north
representing
end.
England tomorrow
Yep.
in that European Cup
Well, that one's a
final.
bit too
And
full.
not just
Played
Liverpool,
nicely.
if it was Arsenal, if it was Man City, if it was Tottenham, if it was Chelsea, if it was Man United. You know, if it was Man United, it would be nice to think that everyone was rooting for United to be able to beat Real Madrid or whatever.
Terrific shot, timed superbly, and
But
it goes for
I
4.
totally get it. I totally understand. I suppose my thought process is more like, well, if I support
That's
like
a wide in my book.
Liverpool and want Liverpool to win tomorrow, I can't really be getting bantered by Liverpool fans because, like, do you know what I mean? If they were like, "Oh, we won a European Cup," I'd be like, "Yeah, I wanted to see you guys win it." I mean, what they're going to come back with? Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Oh, did you? Yeah. You're an English team. I always want to see English teams do well. Oh,
They take the single.
thanks. I feel like you can sort of diffuse it, but I equally totally understand it. I totally understand it. You might not be a fan of soccer, football here in
Nice
the UK
shot,
or
4
wherever you
runs.
are. But just know that tomorrow is a massive game. As we said, it's basically the Super Bowl. So Liverpool against Real Madrid, the winners will win the Champions League, which is the closest to a Super Bowl that clubs have got. You know that won't happen. Everyone hates us, says James. James, I hate us right now.
These
So
two have added
I
50.
totally understand
Going
everyone
well.
hating us. I hate us. I am very excited for next year, though. Marty said, I would cheer on Chelsea or Spurs. It's just the City, Liverpool, Arsenal fan base is very tribal and toxic. That's an interesting point. So certain teams you would be able to get behind. That's interesting. As I said, I'm sure if I had a load of people that would give me grief, I would feel the same. Hockey playoffs on this side of the pond, says Brent. Retribution said it's more important than the Super Bowl.
Another run added.
Luke said, if I can, I'll watch the stream. Yeah, we will do the stream for it tomorrow. I need to link it to this channel somehow.
That's
so
edged.
I think it kicks off at 8, which is 3 Eastern. We'll be live from 7, which is 2 Eastern. Right, we've got a little thing for Memorial Day, which I'll admit I don't know
That's
much
a great
about.
stroke.
I think it's like your Remembrance Day. So there's a little video package for that. We are in the final half an hour. Retribution said, I want Liverpool to win as Brit, but there's a small side of me that wants them to lose because Liverpool fans will be even more insufferable on social media if they win another trophy. Yeah, to
They'll
be honest,
get
I mean,
one
I don't
more.
go looking for that on social media. That will not feature in my life. I hope Bobby Lashley teams with New Day, says James. Zoom Station said it's time to beat up on Sasha and Naomi again. Is it? Why? What's happened now? Is there more news? Are you doing the AEW pay-per-view on Sunday? Yes.
Wait.
You should share a post from this on the community tab. That's what I'm thinking, James. Matt, yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. I've not got it set up yet, but we don't do it that often, actually, for the football games. So I think we can do it. I mean, it's the last game of the season, so I think we can do it as an exception. It is huge. That's what she said. Root Beer Float said, did you know the universe is shaped like a Pringle?
This bowler knows how to give the ball an almighty tweak. Let's see how they go.
I don't know if that's confirmed. Is that that's breaking news, is it? That's breaking news. How are you doing? How is Mama Days? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Mama Days doing all right.
Yeah.
Excited for the Queen's 70th Jubilee anniversary celebration thing. She's been on the throne for 70 years. It's pretty insane, isn't it? It's pretty insane. So,
What a delivery. As well as the edge.
Shouts all round.
A little bit of a buzz in the housewife community.
One from the bowler as well. He was certain.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal over here. I would say the average person
Very wide
doesn't
line
care,
there.
but my folks are into it. Right, we've got USA chance. What's your early score prediction? I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to penalties. I can see Liverpool leading. I can see Real getting back into it at the end.
Not a lot the batsman
Whether
could do in that
Liverpool
over.
can be too far ahead or not. Real Madrid just keep coming back. I think Liverpool win it. I just don't know when they win it. I think one goal will not be enough. 2 goals might not be
Sharma,
enough.
the left
I think
armer,
unless
is
they're
the new
3-0
bowler
up,
from the north end.
I don't think they can feel too comfortable. So, yeah, it could be extra time. But Liverpool win.
Yeah.
Right, Seamus said it doesn't matter who they've got. It doesn't matter who they're about to bring out. We're the brawling brutes.
Wait there.
Pete Dunne is pacing around.
Wait.
Seamus said we'll put them next to their best mate, Big E.
Yep. Catch!
This group is such a cringe group.
Wait
There's
on.
nothing cool about this group.
Well, that was another good over. Frustration will be growing for the batsman.
New Day doesn't
Batsman
rock.
played all around it. What a ball.
New Day sucks.
Great delivery to find the edge.
Out. Good keeping.
Right, here we go.
Takes a superb catch.
Gonna find out who is the mystery person.
Allen is the new batsman about to
he does,
face
he does
his
have
first
his
ball.
cloak back.
Yep.
He hasn't got his crown.
Not mucking about here. First
Are
ball,
they
and he's off the
off-brand
mark.
wrestle buddies? They're making fun of Brawling Brute's name.
Yeah.
Ah, what a good shot.
Who do you think will win in a fight, Cody or Via? What, like a real fight? a decent wrestling match, in all fairness. They've been building up Veer to be a bit of a killer.
Solid shot. Goes for 4.
We found a real physical specimen.
Wait on.
A freak of nature.
Wait on.
A man that will steal Ridge's girlfriend and Butch's auntie. Xavier said when I'm done with her. Everyone else feel a bit dirty at that point. I don't know what's happening.
On the drive, but can't connect. Really misjudged that.
It's going to be Drew. It's going to be Veer. I'm thinking Drew. That's who I'm thinking.
This has been a good inning so far.
Yeah.
What a delivery. Finds the edge.
Well, that's a very helpful catch.
Big shout here.
Well, I mean, that couldn't be less underwhelming if it tried.
The new batsman.
I mean, in all fairness, I wasn't expecting anything, so... Am I underwhelmed?
Yep.
I'd say there's a... I would say having
1 run there.
the brawling brutes
David is the
going
new
on about,
batsman.
like, I don't care who it is, and really building it up, right? And then having the New Day come out, spending a few moments building it up. I would say it definitely got me going, oh, they're definitely making this feel like a bigger deal than I thought it was. And then it turns out to be true. So I would
David
say it
gets off the
still
mark.
did manage to be, even though my expectations were non-existent, it still managed to be disappointing. Well done, everyone. Well done. Well done. Well done. Jim said, Drew McIntyre, what a disappointment. Drew, obviously, boring.
Keepers.
1 run there.
Well, there we go. Drew is the person.
Yes. Catch.
So, New Day and Drew versus Brawling Brutes. We've got 20 minutes left.
5 runs in that over.
What's one of the wrestling things you wish happened? Like me, I will die on the hill that 2008-2009 should have been world champ, not relegated to ECW. I actually went to Raw in 08. I actually saw William Regal have a
And they go
title
through
match
for 1.
against Randy Orton at the O2. I would have loved it if he'd have won that. Sonny said, I'm late at Retrofest to see old cool cars. Oh, very nice. Sonny, shout out to you. What do I wish I'd seen happen? Undertaker Sting. I wish we'd seen Undertaker Sting. I feel like that's a massive missed opportunity. But in all fairness, we could have got it had Sting have not been injured. Who knows? Oh, do you know, that'd be really interesting. That would be something I would really love to find out. I would love to find out
Yes. Gotcha.
what the
good
plans were for Sting long term, because they had him signed. They did the match with Triple H. We know what happens there. He then moves on to the feud with Seth. That's when he gets injured and
That's
he's
quite a good
finished.
over.
But what would have happened after that? Like, what were the long-term plans? Was Undertaker in his future? So, I mean, it's easy to look at it as a missed opportunity now. I mean, they never knew that he was going to get injured and be out forever and, like, be done. Well, not that he's out forever, he's in AEW now, but...
Another run added.
certainly out forever in a WWE regard. So, yeah, that's a missed opportunity. New Day and
he just
Drew.
lets that go through. Wide
Money in the
called.
bank at MGM now. Yes. I told you the mystery is always a letdown, says James. Ron said, this is the
And a
best
single
show
taken.
I've ever seen. How was the crowd for Regal's title match? Not that crazy, to be honest. I mean, they were pretty into it, but Regal was not seen as a credible challenge, to be honest. You kind of didn't. You didn't. It was a Raw episode. Randy was champion. He'd been doing a great job. Regal was like a GM at that point, and it just felt like one of those kind of matches that was like a Raw title match. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone truly believed that we were going to see Regal winning it. I don't think there was much. It wasn't like this is his chance and it had been building up to it for weeks and weeks or anything. I think even the title match was. I'm having to think this. I haven't actually rewatched the show since 2008, so I would say that the title match was probably made on the same show. So it's not like we went there, tonight's the night Regal gets his opportunity. Like, it was nothing like that. It was like Regal got the opportunity on that same show. So I mean, it was exciting.
That batsman's out faster than he got in.
Hoping he would get it done and would do it, but it was one of those that you also knew he wasn't.
He's a key player in this batting lineup, but he's out first ball. That's a big wicket.
Bit of a task for the new batsman here, trying to turn this innings around after a steady flow of wickets in recent overs.
Not the pitch, let's put it that way. It wasn't, the crowd weren't like going
and he's off the mark with that one.
It was entertaining. I had a great time. I enjoyed it.
Yes, catch!
Is it or does the crowd tonight feel lifeless? I can't really answer that, to be honest, because I always have to have the sound down for copyright reasons. So I can't really answer. I can say that during the Kevin Owens show, I did notice in the background that woman like looking a bit like. And people haven't been like losing their minds tonight.
Kept it fairly tight in that over.
So yeah, I could believe if the crowd reaction has been a bit flat. Do you think Joe might join Blackpool Combat Club because of Regal?
Let's see how they go.
I don't think they need Joe. I think they've got two like pros, if you will. What they need is they need another rookie. So they've got Wheeler Yuta, and they need someone else. Is it
nothing the batsman could have done better.
Is it? I don't know how you pronounce his name, but he's got lots of promise. I don't know if you would go and get someone like him, or I feel like you'd probably need another rookie that can sit under the learning tree. Because you've got Regal, you've got Danielson, you've got Moxley. That's amazing. What you need is you probably need another young lion, really, more than a Samoa Joe. So I could see it being another Wheeler Yuta type, but I couldn't quite give you a name at this stage. Have you watched the show Winning Time? I think it finishes today.
What a delivery.
Never even heard of it.
Draws the edge. Oh, great catch. Quick reactions, and he
Ron
takes
says, what a useless match. This is pretty useless. This is a never-ending feud as well. I mean, I don't know
of a task for the
how
new
long
here,
the Brawling Buddies, or whatever they're called, Brawling Brutes, have been feuding with the New Day. I mean, like, Ridge Holland injured Big E. And Pete Dunne every week seems to be having a match against either Kofi or Xavier. And it's just been going on so long. So long. Just want it to end. Just someone make it stop. Make it stop. Darcy said Sheamus deserves another title run in the future. He is an underrated promo. I agree with that. And a great worker. I agree with that.
One more to the score.
Thoughts? I agree,
Archer,
but
about to face their
his
first ball.
matches can be a bit boring. I think when he's in a fight, brawling style, you know, him against Drew when they were fighting around the arena was brilliant.
And
but
he's
you
off
put
the
him
mark.
in there, just having a normal wrestling match, and it's not great. And I think that's always kind of held him back. I think, like, when that bell rings, he's a brawler, and he brawls, but I don't know, you just don't get, like, great match quality out of him.
Very good.
Unless he's having a Falls Count Anywhere type match, and that is right. Street fight, Falls Count Anywhere. That is what you want Sheamus for.
He's coming into the attack from the south end.
So, I mean, look, you can get him back to the title, but I think it's got to be the right story. It's got to be the right matches, and I don't know that it would be a very long run, to be honest. But you could get him back up there. He's reliable.
Nice bowling.
Kick by Kofi, 13 minutes to go. This match is match 101 between these two teams. I can believe it as well. It feels like match 101 since WrestleMania. Sean Ross Sappers tweeted, we've seen 11 weeks of a combination of various matches between New Day, Sheamus, Holland Butch. Their first was in February.
Big appeal.
Oh, God, it feels like it as well. 11 weeks. 11 weeks. 11 weeks, week after week.
Into the over,
after week.
5 offered.
After week, 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 after week of watching this feud. Oh, God. No wonder it's like...
So heading into the final over the innings, going to bring out some more of the creative shots I'd expect.
To me.
Yeah, hatch.
And that would probably be why.
Good shot.
Tim said, SmackDown has brought me back to those dreaded 2007 days watching Kane and the Great Khali pass around the world title.
Nice work behind the stumps.
Blackpool Combat Club.
That one missed everything and then some.
Would be good. Takeshita. Is that how you pronounce it? Takeshita. Takeshita. Okay. Okay, thank you. Takeshita.
That is absolutely huge.
Easy to
what
say,
a tremendous shot.
Okay. Cheyenne Thompson, shout out to you. Appreciate the support. Volume up. The fans are quiet today, says David. I just believe you. This is what you get when you release the majority of the roster, says Gary. Oh, yeah, I am actually Root Beer Float. I'm looking forward to that. When is that out, the new Turtles game?
12 needed.
There's a new Turtles game. Is it only on Switch?
With all the pressure on them to whack these over the road.
Actually, the Cowabunga collection, loads of old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games in one collection. Is that out now? Is it? Oh, it's on PS5. PS5, PS4, Switch.
Great shot. Driven straight down the wicket.
Yes, and it's on Steam.
Nice fielding there. Good return.
The Sunrisers have put on a show here. Has been a fantastic
Can you
display
buy it
of
now? Oh, planned release 2020. No, not on Steam yet. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's all the cricket for now. Hope to have
it takes
more
quite
for
a
you
lot
soon.
to get
But
me
for
excited
now,
about video
Mel
games.
James
but
and myself. See you next time.
I've played some of those old Turtles games and. To trolley. When is it out? Cowabunga Collection for pre-order. Steam periods. It just says TBC, so I don't think it's actually out yet. Pre-order. We've just got video package. Release date to be confirmed. Oh. So they've got loads of... There's loads of prices and everything, but it's not actually out yet. Pre-order now. £31 on Amazon for PS4. It's not bad, is it? Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm watching Friday Night SmackDown. Ledge Killer, shout out to you. Harley said Sheamus has had loads of great matches over the past year with Drew, Ricochet, Riddle at Mania, Priest at SummerSlam, and Keith Lee. Well, I would disagree. I think that in ring he has consistently underwhelmed. I think that his brawling style, like his matches with Drew, have been good, but that has always been for me what has held him back, because he's got a good size to him. His physique is good. I mean, he lives in the gym. He's got a whole YouTube channel where he just works out. So, I mean, physique-wise, he doesn't look too bad. Promo-wise, is very strong. I would say what has held him back has been his in-ring. I don't think they've been able to find like a character for him, to be honest. Don't think they've ever quite found, 'cause he's always like changed around, hasn't he? Like now he's doing this kind of brawling brutes gimmick, but we've had him as a king, and we've had him doing loads of different things. But yeah, to me, like, when I see Sheamus is on a card, on a pay-per-view card, I don't get excited. You know, if it's Sheamus against someone, I don't look at that and think, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. If anything, I think, oh, it's a bit of a bathroom break match. Everyone picks Donatello in the game because he's got a stick that's got a long reach. Cole's contract expired and WWE wouldn't let him keep his Twitch, so he jumped to AEW, says Matt. Bar was his best gimmick, says Zoom Station. Yeah, he's lived in the tag division for quite a while, didn't he? I would compare Sheamus's in-ring energy to Orton. I love Randy, but I'm always surprised how excited people get to see him in the ring. A lot of his one-on-one matches have also been underwhelming. I think, though, what Orton has got is he's got a better in-ring psychology. So Orton is a master of getting a lot out of nothing. So he might not do loads, but he's got several go-tos, you know, that he can do. He can drop down and just even where he just like turns and drops. Like before, that's him setting up for the RKO, but that's not him hitting the RKO. And that move where he just turns and goes into the RKO, that gets people excited. The draping DDT gets people excited. He's got a few little things that he can go to that he's kind of built up over the years. I just think he's like seasoned as well. Obviously, he's had more pay-per-view matches than anyone else, been in more high-profile matches than anyone else. I think he's a master now of knowing how to work the crowd and take the crowd along with him on a journey. And he's very, very good at, you know, not having to work 1,000,000 miles an hour, not having to have 1,000,000 spots, but just get a lot out of the match still. He's very skilled at that. Very, very skilled. He's one of the best at that, actually. You don't see high spots from him. You don't see a fast pace. In fact, his pacing of his matches is very good. He works a very slow, methodical, Viper-like pace. And then